Hi, this is the Providence Student Walkout. This is Will James, Uprise RI.
Who was the only person who got up in the auditorium? Yeah. Everyone yeah, no, true.
Do you want to be in this? Which side?
There should definitely be alternatives to policing because it can really damage our youth future, and there's just so much statistics and data linked to the effects or the impact that it has on students negatively. And could you elaborate a little bit?
Wait, I can't hold it.
Honestly, I am the next one. I wish this was one time, I don't know, we had word translation
at Urban Arts. Also, like, for like I can't think of, like, in terms of, like, now.
It was like downpour. It was not like this.
I got a job to do.
I'm probably going to start talking to some people soon. Again, this is the Counselor, Not Cops, Providence Student Walkout. Students have walked out of school to protest the police officers who are in the schools. They're asking for them to be replaced with mental health counselors.
I did not see the tell white man.
Some of the signs say education, not incarceration.
Well, no one else.
You can no longer put responsibility.
Alan, where's the alley?
Hi, would you like to talk about why you're here today?
Oh,
If you want, yeah. I'm on a live stream, just so you know.
okay. Sure.
You just want to introduce yourself and just say.
Okay. I'm Grace. I'm a freshman at Classical, and I'm here because we need to have more people in the public schools that have the best interest at the student's heart and are trained in in issues like social workers need to be here more, and we need to have more mental health professionals instead of police officers. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank
Would any of you like to say something? You don't have to.
Counselors, not cops. What's this for?
I'm on Uprise RI.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go.
Sign already. Make sure you grab a sign and some snacks. We have water over there. And then we need folks to hold the banner in the front, so if people could help us with that, that'd be dope.
Either of you like to talk about why you're here today? Okay.
Oh, wait. Hi, everyone.
It would be great if everyone could move this way, that way, and if you would love to hold our nice banner, that'd be amazing too. Oh
Yeah, we have some banners to hold, so if you want to move that way, where the speakers are, that'd be great. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you. What's in it?
You can put it back. I think you have enough.
Just put it back in there, yeah, we'll use it
Maybe.
tomorrow.
Or actually,
If we don't get them out today, we'll get them out
do you
tomorrow.
want to put it here?
Okay.
Should I be somewhere else? I feel like
I'm like trying to get my phone so I can
Give me a poncho. Give me a poncho. Bro, it's my grade. When I can't live it down now, I'm just like,
Hello. Alright, so we would love it if people could hold this banner in the front. Which way's the front? This way's the front. We're gonna work. Thank you.
ah, bro, that's a good one.
Someone else made it. Bless your heart, whoever did it. Okay, if you're a program lead, can you come up here? Yeah, okay. I say I'm allowed. Let's ignore that. Until we get to it. Okay. Where's Joseph? Oh, another microphone? Okay, should we just wait for that? We'll wait for that. Alright, while we wait, can we make some noise?
Who has a flag? No, wait, you
Joseph's.
switch off the flag. Okay, I want the flag. Yeah.
This is a men's extra. Grace.
Does anyone else want to hold a banner?
Johnny, should we get a banner?
We're going this way.
I
Huh?
Three together would look good. You get like 2 orange.
Okay. Thank you everybody for being here today. This mic is okay. Yeah, thank you for being here today. Today we're here. Oh yeah, I said thank you. Let me. Okay, all right. Today we're here. Today we're here because youth have organized and called to action to remove SROs from our schools for over 4 years and replace them with more mental health counselors, more social workers, and social emotional supports for students. For too long, students have been disrespected, hurt, and criminalized by the Providence Public School District and its contract with the Providence Police Department. Today we're calling an end to that contract and we're demanding that it never be reinstated ever again. We don't need cops in our schools. We don't need guns in our schools. We need actual safety that isn't rooted in our oppression and tied to the school to prison pipeline. We need to protect black, brown, queer, trans, and neurodivergent students. This harm shall no longer. We deserve better. This is what we're here for today. We want counselors, not cops. Alright, I'm just going to be using this for now. Alright, so, good? Alright, so we're going to start marching. So get ready for that, and we're going to do some chants. So whatever you hear, just follow along. Some of them are going to be call and response, but before we do that, I want to announce some of the roles. So right now we have some marshals who will help guide traffic. So if you're a marshal, could you raise your hand? Alright. Alright, can we have police liaisons raise their hand? Perfect. And then if you need water, we have water distributors. Water distributors, raise your hand. Yeah, police liaisons have black bandanas. Water distributors have blue, correct? Yes. And then we have snacks, which is green. If you need snacks, yellow. Yellow. It's yellow. And then one more. Legal. Oh, medics. What color do medics have? Medics have the color red. So if you're feeling, I don't know, like woozy or whatever, yeah, feel free to look out for them. All right. Oh, police liaisons are helping us not have bad interactions with the police, so we're safe and all that stuff. So yeah, we're gonna start marching, and let's do this, y'all. Come on! All right. Keith, where's Keith? Oh. Then we have lead marshals to the front. Lead marshals to the front. Lead marshals were that one.
Hi again, this is Will James for Uprise RI. Students have walked out in Providence protesting the presence of school resource officers, asking for these police officers to be replaced with mental health counselors and other support staff.
Oh, that's smart. I should have totally... Oh, it's too late for that now. I'll put it in my bag. Okay, I'm gonna go through. I'll come through.
Oh, really? Okay, I see. Alright,
Oh, sweet, okay. Oh, no recruitment.
Okay, we're gonna...
and then...
Alright. marshals. Lead marshals to the front. What's up, y'all? Everybody say hi to people in the building. If you want to carry up the poster, we got some out here. And if we can have some help for someone to hold this banner, if we can have some people help, that would be great. But yeah, all right.
Again, the name of this event is Counselors, Not Cops. Calling for police out of schools. Said it very clearly on the banner here.
Just let me know where it's ready to start. Alright. Are we good? Alright. Let's go, y'all! Yeah! Alright. Yep. Oh. We're staying on the sidewalk, so just so you know. Alright. Go! Alright, you're gonna repeat after me, guys.
Justice!
Going downtown or something.
Crossing over the street. Can we put it over there? Yeah.
We're at Providence Police Headquarters right now.
No count. Go. Take the road. Take the road. Alright, y'all can keep going. Keep going over here. Some chants. Give me a second. Alright. We're gonna do some chants and then we're gonna do a quick little speech. So, ready? I made this one up, but we'll see if it works. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Get these cops right out our door. Say 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors. We won't wait. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Get these counselors on our door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors. We won't wait. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Get these counselors on our door. Say 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors. We won't wait. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Get these counselors on our door. Say 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors. We won't wait. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Get these counselors on our door. Say 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors. We won't wait. All right. Also, thank you everybody for showing out in the rain.
Providence Police Headquarters right now.
Commitment. Y'all are the real flying period. All right. This is the Providence Safety Complex, and they currently have a contract with the Providence Public School Department. To ensure that police officers are placed in our schools, and they are called SROs. SROs intimidate black and brown students and render them unable to focus entirely on their education. How are students supposed to learn when there's an armed police officer standing 15 away, knowing full well that children their age, like Adam Toledo, have been shot and killed for no reason? They have an $86 million budget in which barely a fourth of their budget is being used for our schools. We have lead levels in our water that is about 0.08 away from reaching the levels of Flint, Michigan. We have ceilings that are falling apart, as well as paint chips falling from walls and ceilings. We have teachers that are incompetent in understanding to the realistic struggles and hardships of the BIPOC youth that are in PTSD. We need more BIPOC teachers, counselors, and administrators who actually care about us in our schools. Yeah! We need more funding in our schools for after-school programming, sports, and education. That is $86 million that could be reallocated to our schools and our communities. Ready? Alright. So we're going to have a speech from a Providence student who's super involved with community and putting together our community plan for police schools, and an amazing activist. So let's give it up for Brandon, y'all! bit taller. Hi. A little louder? Hello, beautiful people. How are we doing today? Alright. I might sound a little muffled. I'm going to keep the mask on. I'm honored to be out here with y'all today. I first want to acknowledge the space we have here today. Although we, as a union, are very prideful in the work we are doing, I know these are trying times. Our pain is a commodity, as we only ever see black people in bondage or body bags. Across the country, voting and protesting rights are being violated as retaliation for the cultural shift that took place last summer. Here in Providence, youth and their likenesses are traded and sold by companies like PPSD and RI. Tokenized for agendas for leaders who only see us as means to an end. In this city, children have police roaming their halls, reminding them of what the rest of the world sees them as. Instead of schools being a place for us to build our futures, the true goal of our current education system, especially for BIPOC youth, is to destroy them. One summer of action was never going to be enough. The chains of systemic oppression still weigh on us all and attempt to crush us before we ever reach adulthood. However, what I do know is that they used to be much heavier. Because of those who came before me breaking their chains, I know mine never stood a chance. Ours never stood a chance. Regardless of what they tried to tell you, regardless of who they expect you to be, I need you to remember these three things. 1, you are not criminals. Your school wants you to forget that with your halls patrolled, monitored, and policed. Your classrooms make you forget that, as they tell you your stories never mattered and never will. And your teachers are incentivized to not give a shit at best, or to act as judge, jury, and executioner at worst. This system's purpose is to bury you, but you do not know that you are seized. And like a rose through concrete, we will prove that our foundation is much stronger than any system they can build. Number 2, you are not alone. Our mental education system works because it isolates us. It decides who's getting resources and who fights over the scraps. Their game is to destroy everyone individually, so that we never see our future as ones worth fighting. However, this crowd, you all out here with us today, are proving them wrong. Across the country, young people are reminding those in power who works for who. We are not alone in this fight. Lastly, you hold the real power. These others do not get it or take it away. That strength courses through your veins. No one can ever take that from you. Why do you think state legislators are trying to strip your histories from the classroom? Why do you think our schools are controlled by police? It's not because we threaten their lives, but their systems. They fear us angry. They fear us united. We, the young, do not participate in revolutions. We are the revolution. Today, we will remind them why they should be afraid. Today, we will remind them why they should be afraid. Stick together, stay low, and keep fighting. We may not win today, we may not win tomorrow, but best believe we will win. I'll see you all there. All right. So we're gonna keep marching, and then we're gonna arrive to our final spot, and then have a speaking program, and then do another demonstration. So let's go. We're gonna cross that way. Make sure we wait for marshals, and so everybody can be safe.
You are the worst flag one. Hey, I've been holding it the longest. Somehow we've been out. Hey, hold it longer. What? Max on shoulders? Please? Max on shoulders? Max on shoulders? Oh, yeah.
power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people.
The power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, the power of the people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? The power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, and the power of the people don't stop.
Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people.
Police free schools!
Take it to the streets. Remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Louder, take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police. Make sure we don't block the ramp, please, the handicap ramp.
You got a bunch of cars through. Move up on the sidewalk, please. These cars can get through. Thank you.
Y'all can come up, like y'all can come closer so people can see.
Move off the doorway, please. Thank you. Come on.
Yeah.
We can block Westminster at Union so cars don't come up.
All right. Keep it moving, y'all. Y'all can move closer. Don't be afraid. We don't bite.
Where'd the food go?
Y'all don't want to move closer? We family, y'all. Come on.
Okay, now they're gonna step on the food.
Where's
Hi, this is a Counselors Not Cops student walkout.
How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? Alright, so if y'all turn around you at 255, that building right there. Alright, this building right here, if you don't know, is the Rhode Island Department of Education. The people who work in this building enable cops in our predominantly black and brown schools. The people who work in this building allow students to get arrested and harmed by police in our schools. And the people in this building do not prioritize our mental health.
Shame! 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 All right, thank you, y'all.
The Democrat Green is the education commissioner in our state, and she has ignored the youth leaders in our city who have asked for change over 2 years. She is in charge of the decision making for our schools, but today we are taking that power. I wanted to remind y'all that these are our schools. We attend these schools every damn day and deserve them. If they're going to force us to attend these buildings that are falling apart, we have to say in the future of them. So, let me ask you, whose schools are these? Whose schools are these? Whose schools are these? All right, now, so I'm about to pass it back.
For our next couple activities, we're going to have a couple of folks giving speeches and testimonies about their experiences with SROs and wanting more mental health counselors, nurses, and more. We have some amazing speakers, so please give it up for these amazing folks. I'm so proud of everyone who wrote a speech, and I'm so excited to announce our first speaker. We have Makora.
Okay. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today?
Everyone says yes.
My name is Makora Lewis and I am a sophomore at the Met High School as well as a member of the Providence Student Union. I wanted to speak with you about the importance of the Counselors Not Cops movement and what it means to me. I agree that as students we have the opportunity to meet with social guidance counselors in order to settle problems respectfully rather than having them escalate to physical altercations. Fortunately, I go to a school where there isn't an officer on site and where there are more than 3 accessible social guidance counselors in each school building. And because of the effect of these minor issues being resolved without physical damage, there has not been a single physical fight there since 1998. I also have a quote from the well-known therapist Lisa Oliveira that says, just because no one else can care or do your inner work for you doesn't mean you should or not do it alone. This is, you cannot go through issues alone and you will not if there are counselors present. For more than 3 years, the movement and students in the greater Providence community has been calling for this action. And now more than ever, it is critical that we take this transformative measure. I support the Providence Student Union and other organizations.
Oh my God.
Y'all can move closer than that, like right here type vibe, right?
I support Providence Student Union and other organizations. I support Providence Student Union and other organizations and their Counselors Not Cops initiative because I believe that all students have the right to a safe, secure, and fair school environment. These discriminatory measures disproportionately affect Black and Brown students, LGBTQ plus students, and students with disabilities. The vast majority of arrests, about 92% in Providence Public Schools, were students of color. Black students account for 16% of total Providence Public School Department enrollment and 30% of all students arrests. Black students are arrested at 3 times the rate of white students nationwide. They are 8 times more likely to be convicted in some states. There have been also several recorded and undocumented cases over the last decade in which school resource officers have tasered, pepper sprayed, wounded, and used aggression on students in order to cause physical damage. All types of crime, as well as criminalization, should be stopped not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but now.
Come on, let's go. All right, next we have one of my closest friends, just right here. I'm so proud of them. We have Jada coming up to speak.
Thank y'all for showing up. On April 12, 2021, a family sent their child to school. A school with a school resource officer. This family sent their child to school with the normal assumption that their child would be safe. Safe in the same building as an officer with a gun, a weapon that has been the cause of dangers in schools across the nation, a weapon that has caused catastrophe towards Black lives and people of color, a weapon that has caused controversy within the political realm. This family never thought their child would be next. Their child would be the next Trayvon Martin, the next Tamir Rice, the next Michael Brown, the next Ma'Khia Bryant, the next person to die by the police before reaching adulthood. On April 12th, one student was fatally shot and killed by a police officer in a school bathroom. The student's name was Anthony J. Thompson Jr. Anthony didn't return home from school that day. Regardless of the events leading up to the incident happened. The death of Anthony occurred. And in the midst of the incident, 2 other people were affected. Another student was harmed, and a school resource officer was shot in the leg. The presence of officers caused harm to multiple people. More than half of the harm was completely avoidable. On April 12th, a student witnessed a death at the hands of an officer and was a victim themselves. This student was handcuffed to the ground and forced to watch their peer bleed out. This student was an innocent bystander. An innocent student was handcuffed and thrown to the floor instead of being escorted out of the bathroom. Trauma. This incident has caused the innocent student trauma that will have a long-lasting impact on them. This student and the other students need counselors. At this moment in time, the need for counselors is ago. We can't go back in the past, but we can move forward. These tragedies caused by school resource officers are a wake-up call and our call to action. We need to stray away from bullets, guns, and police officers and opt for non-violent approaches. We are saying no to cops and yes to counselors.
Now, all right. Do we want to do a little chant just to get the energy?
Yeah.
Come on. All right. Let me get some of the chants out now. All right. What? Oh, okay. So we're gonna do. Hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. Say, hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. Hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. Hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. Hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. Say, hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. I can't hear you. Hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. Hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. Hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! These SROs have got to go. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. What community looks like? Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. All right. Up next we have one of our leadership team members. Miss Tuna.
Okay, so I'm going to start out by giving a trigger warning. There's suicide content. How could this have happened? I didn't see the signs. I didn't know. Those are some of the things we hear when someone kills themselves. Ironically, 4 out of 5 kids that do attempt suicide do show the signs. We can't do anything about it once it's too late. Yet we only seem to care when someone is already dead. Suicide isn't something that's rare. It's something that is happening. The first leading cause of teenage death is accidental injury. But the second leading cause of teenage death is suicide. Not cancer or illness, suicide. So why aren't schools doing anything about it? We should be giving kids the support that they need, the support that we need. And what we need is mental health resources. We need counselors! There is this idea in some people's minds that COVID is the only reason why kids are struggling with their mental health, and that after COVID is over, everything's gonna be fine again. But that's wrong! Kids have always needed support, and they still will need support after in our school that arrest in the name of disciplining when we could have counselors that could actually support children and help them. So let's stop spending money on people that make our lives worse and start spending money on people that make our lives better. Give us more counselors. Remove SROs from our schools. Do better because we deserve it.
Look at him even turn that guy. Come on, y'all. Alright. I believe that we're at our last speaker. And our last speaker is Alan. I just want, can we give it again for the youth? Like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
hello everyone! My name is Alan Zilla Cruz, and I'm currently a junior at Paul Puffy Upper School, right here in Providence, Rhode Island. From kindergarten to 6th grade, I've attended Providence Public Schools, but it wasn't until 7th grade that I got to experience a school without SROs. I'm here to tell you, it's realistic, it's manageable. It's sad that attending a school without SROs is a privilege, and it's not accessible to every student. Being at an SRO-free school means that I can receive an education where I'm not worried if I'm going to become the next victim of police brutality. It means I'm attending a school where they do not criminalize their students. I have the privilege of having multiple staff members I can confide in. Multiple staff members that are there for me when I need them. Staff members that have done more for me than any police can and will ever do. I go to a school where they promote social justice, where they're effective, preventative alternatives for the safety of our students and staff. I can say that my school cares, that they can contribute to a learning environment free from unsolicited fear from the police. Black people like myself are being murdered by a system enforced to quote-unquote protect us. A system that actively oppresses us and contributes to our injustices right here in our schools. It is our mental health and safety against their white fragility, against their lack of empathy. There's literal funding that is allocated to criminalize students. We are in school to learn, not to be seen as criminals. In schools where students are predominantly of color, what message are SROs sending to our community, to me, to my aunt, to my family? We do not need policing. We need accessibility to adequate mental health services. Police are killing children. They're domestic terrorists in our building. The buildings where we receive our education. Instead, we are subjected to a system that dehumanizes people like you and me. I can assure you that your safety should not be subjected to discomfort. It should not make you anxious or tense. A school without SROs eliminates a hostile environment for students and lays down a framework needed for schools to provide students access to social, physical, emotional support. We need counselors, not cops. Thank you. Alright, kind of echoing Alan's speech. I want to do a quick chant. We're going to do counselors, not cops, 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 counselors, not cops.
Right, so actually, Eugene is going to share a poem with us. So we have one more speaker. And give it up for Eugene, because Eugene is the Rhode Island Youth Deputy Poetry Ambassador, right? So let's give it up for Eugene.
These have everything in it.
Come on, Eugene.
The clock is ticking, and I am very afraid. Afraid to live in a world where I probably won't see my old age, in a world where nuclear war, global warming, and people killing innocent children is all the rage for about a week, until the news has a new obsession to seek the clock is ticking. And at 6 years old, we should not be reciting our ABCs as we hide where a bad man cannot see. I thought that everybody was welcome at school. Why can't the man with the toy gun come in too? Y'all out here saying black don't crack while y'all shadow my melanin like glass. The clock is ticking. And my heart should not drop in fear when I hear that all the metal doors at my brother's schools have been replaced with wide glass windows, perfect to let light, air, bullets, and lovely view of the world outside. The clock is ticking. And what's wrong with my generation? What's wrong with yours? Hide under tables, lock all the doors, but sorry, you won't get legislation that secure. The clock is ticking. And you should not have to be prompted for empathy. Can't you see that these teens have been through enough? The clock is ticking. And if my friend can take one look at his campus and infer, in the event of an armed intruder, the juniors would be the first to go because, there's no escape from the basement classrooms, because to some, the media is only fake news. The clock is ticking. And I should be worrying about what I'm going to wear tomorrow, or if that boy I pass in the halls will notice me. I should be staying up all night studying for chem, instead of sobbing under my sheets at 1 a.m., wondering if this day is going to be my last, or if a gunman were to come, he'll just walk past, maybe forget why he's here, or maybe he'll just disappear into thin air. The clock is ticking. And I will not be silent, because Valentines are for chocolates and candy hearts, not for the feeling of your soul getting ripped apart. You knew this boy. He might have not been your friend, and to be honest, you suspected he could be your end. The clock is ticking. And I will not be silent, because at concerts, all you need to hear are beating drums, that the beating of your heart racing as bullets rain from up in the sky. You sang of God only moments ago, so why is he punishing us like this? The clock is ticking. And I will not be silent, because clubs are partying hard and spending the next morning in the bathroom, not cowering over 22 others inside a stall, waiting for the gunfire to come to an end, and you only came to have a nice night with your girlfriend. And you can't tell if this blood is hers or yours. The clock is ticking, and the glass walls are shattering. My bullets are words, and I will not go down.
Alright. So before we go to the next part, I just want to give a shout out to the councilwoman Never Fortune for being here. And I don't know if do you want to come up and give a word?
Thank you. I'm not going to stand up on this because I'm tall and I'm afraid of falling. I just want to say, this young woman right here, you know what's so powerful? You almost brought me to tears. One, her grandmother used to babysit me when I was a kid. And just to see the legacy And her grandmother is a remarkable, remarkable woman. And just to see the legacy that she is carrying and in our schools and advocating for our young people is just so powerful. And you are the hope, all of you are the hope that all of you. And it's wonderful. So one, I want to say that finally, after over a year, and working with, many of you here, part of PSU and the other student groups to put in a resolution to increase social emotional support for our students in the schools. Finally, it got out of committee and hopefully will be going to council for a full vote. Our young people have been advocating for more social emotional support for mental health services in our schools for years. We are tired of watching our young people going into schools, dealing with personal traumas, not getting the help that they need, but yet there's all these expectations for them to do well, to ace on the test, to score a certain score so this district could look good, but no one cares about them. We're tired. And so I am here with you, who all of you are leading this effort to demand that our young people deserve social emotional support. They should not go to school feeling afraid when some of them are trying to escape the challenges within their own neighborhoods and communities because of the lack of services, because of the lack of resources in the communities that they live in. So let's continue the fight, because our kids are not going into school or going into prisons, they're going into school to learn. And schools should be able to provide them with counselors, should be able to meet their social emotional needs, should be able to create a space of learning and support and nourishing and comfort, and a place where they can grow and excel. So let's continue the fight. Let's advocate for more social emotional support, more counselors in our schools, and continue to do the work that you all are doing, because you guys are amazing. It is, I mean, I don't even have words to say anymore. You guys are amazing, and you all are the hope, and you all are the drivers of this effort. So thank you for all that you are doing, and continue to inspire us adults to do better for you. So thank you.
I have a question for John Alex. Is there anywhere we can go where we can be covered by the rain a little bit more? I don't know. Can we stand? I don't know if that this building helps, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like cover? Just give us 1 second. I want to make sure that y'all are not in the rain as much. Yeah. Okay, we can try and move a little bit over here. I don't know if that's gonna help.
Again, this is Will James for Uprise RI. This is the Counselors Not Cops Providence Student Walkout. Students are protesting the presence of school resource officers in Providence schools and asking for them to be replaced with mental health counselors and other support staff. This is day one of a planned 2-day walkout. It's raining, getting heavier, so people are sharing umbrellas and putting on ponchos. I think we're gonna start moving soon.
Thank you.
Damon and Ethan are going to stay and sit it up.
What is it?
You want a snack? You have some?
A snack? Oh, I think it's good. Thank you, though.
Of course. Does anybody want snacks here?
The snack person. There's different roles people have today. Some people are police liaison, snack person, banner leader, things like that. There's students here from Classical, Wheeler, and perhaps other schools. I can identify those schools. Wheeler marched separately and arrived here at the location shortly after.
Y'all need to go back to school. Wherever you're going, so feel safe. Yeah, we're just gonna go back. Alright.
So I think they're going to return back to school at this point.
We're gonna march back.
Wheeler is going that way back to their school, which is on the east side, and students from Classical are going to walk back to Classical, I believe.
2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. So let's practice. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, a little bit louder. A little bit louder. 2, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. A little bit louder. We want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, 2, 3. I said 1, 2, 3. We want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. A little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1, we are the people. 2, a little bit louder. 3, we want justice for our people. 1,
Yeah, I'm saying you can just leave. What do you mean? Give yourself a round of applause. This is so necessary. I want to thank the Providence Student Union for doing this. They need to do this. They need to see this. One, two, three, four, get these counts right. Just say 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out the door. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, get these counts right out our door. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get these counts right out our door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get these counts right out our door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get these counts right out our door. 5, 6, 7, 8. We want counselors, we won't wait. Counts right out our door. We want counselors, we won't wait. Get these counts right out our door.
Thank you so much. I just can't reach it with my one hand. Sorry everyone, my shoes are tied. Yeah, that'd be great, thank you. I thank you so much. If you're gonna do live streaming, make sure you tie your shoes really well. It's a word of advice, especially if it's raining.
Are we all set back there? I don't know if we are. Good? Okay. I'll give you a quick break, because I know I need it. Remove.
Anybody need water? Got water inside. Yep.
So Wheeler, the Wheeler school students have left already, but at the peak, especially when people were speaking in front of the...
Can you see a blue bandana on somebody to have water? They have yellow? Oh, water has yellow? Oh, blue and yellow? Okay.
At the peak, there was maybe about 130 to 150 students. Rhode Island State Representative David Morales is here. Providence City Councilman Nervilla Fortune is also at this speaking portion. Some older activists are here in support, and of course there's parents, not parents, adults with Providence Student Union and allies guiding or providing specific roles to the march, such as police liaison. For example, a role is someone has ponchos to hand out. And then some people wearing yellow or blue bandanas are providing water, snacks.
Are people ready to go? Yeah? Yeah. Username. Username. You ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Take to the streets and move the police.
No justice, no peace.
Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace.
Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace.
Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace.
Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace.
Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace.
The yellow flag someone's holding is the Providence Student Union logo. The organization which created this event.
Justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police. Take to the streets, remove the police. Take to the streets, remove the police. Take it to the streets, remove the police. Say what? no justice. Take to the streets. No justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Take to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Saying take it to the streets, remove the police, no justice, no peace. Undercover police vehicle right here. Hi, this is Will James for Uprise RI. This is the Counselor, Not Cops, Providence Student Walkout. Providence students from Classical, Wheeler, and other schools are walking out to protest the presence of school resource officers in Providence schools. They're calling for the resource officers to be removed and replaced with mental health counselors and other support staff.
All right, y'all, let's keep it moving. Almost there, y'all. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people will never be divided. The people united will never be divided.
The people united will never be divided. The people 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 will never be divided. The people
United.
will never be divided. The people will never be divided. The people will never be divided. United. The people. The people. I said the people. I said the people. I said the people. I said the people will never be. I said the people. The people will never be the. I said the people will never be. I said the people will never be.
The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. You'll never be divided. The people will never be divided. United. The people will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. United. The people united will never be divided. United. And the people united will never be divided. I said the people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. United will never be divided. United will never be divided.
United will never be divided. The people united
power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Students and teachers inside the building are looking out at the marchers returning to the starting location. Starting location was the Providence School Department over here. People from inside the Providence School Department are stepping out, looking and taking photos, some dancing along.
Alright y'all, can y'all move more this way? More to the right. Make sure not to go on the rim. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out today in the we just wanted to announce that this is also happening tomorrow. It's very less likely that it's going to rain. So please, if you can fill out, please fill out again. And tell your friends about it because we want to fill up the streets, right? Like, we want to show that we're here and we're not going to stop until we reach our goal. Tomorrow we're not going to be making as many stops, but we're going to go to one location, and we're going to be stopping there for a similar activity and then some other activities as well. But yeah, I just want to thank you all for coming out. This really means a lot to us, the youth organizers who planned this, and to see our peers and to see other young people like us come out. It's so amazing to support this cause that will really benefit us all. So thank you so much, everybody. I just want to give a shout out to What's Here for coming out and for playing the and I just want to shout out the adult allies that put everything together, the marshals, the medics, the police liaisons, distributors. Thank you so much, everybody. Give a thanks to them. Yep, we're going to be here tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright, so do y'all want to close out with some chants? Like, just a couple, like one or two? Alright? Whoa!
Steve looks, he actually looks dry.
Alright, y'all, so we're going to do 3 chants and then we'll let y'all out.
Also, I don't know if he's in here, but the superintendent is in maybe in here. And let's make sure he hears us and hears everything else. Because he's complicit as well. So, alright. One, we are the people too. A little bit louder, three. We want justice for all people. One, we are the people too. A little bit louder, three. We want justice for all people. One, we are the people too. A little bit louder, three. We want justice for all people. One, we are the people too. A little bit louder, three. We want justice for all people. One, a lot of people too. A little bit louder, three. We want justice for all people. One, we are the people too. A little bit louder, three. We want justice for all people.
No pop, zone.
No pop, zone. They know better. They know better. No pop, zone. No pop, zone. They know better. They know better. No pop, zone. No pop, zone. They know better. They know better. No pop, zone. No pop, zone. They know better. They know better. And join our movement. Yeah, we have a big link. If you want to go on your phone and sign up. Oh, there it is. Oh, if you have posters too, you can put them here if you want them, like in this corner. If you want to put them back, you put them in this corner. Yeah, if you want them. If you're an adult online, look at the top link. If you're, you want to sign up with us and help us during the next walkout or out with the movement, just go to this link below. And y'all can take a picture of it too if you want. Thank you. See you all tomorrow.
Hi, again, this is Will James for Uprise RI. This is the Counselors, Not Cops, Providence Student Walkout. Students from Classical, Wheeler, and possibly other schools are protesting the presence of school resource officers in Providence schools, calling for them to be replaced with mental health counselors and other support staff. This is day one of a day two walkout. Tomorrow they will be walking out again. repeat that because the microphone was lower. Hi, this is Will James for Uprise RI. This is the Counselor Not Cops Providence Student Walkout. Students from Classical High School, Wheeler, and possibly other schools walking out to protest the presence of school resource officers in Providence schools, calling for them to be removed and replaced with mental health support staff and other support staff. This is day 1 of a day 2 walkout. Tomorrow is the second day. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate our 395 plus Patreon supporters. We get like over $3,000. It allows us to buy equipment and pay ourselves sometimes. Have a great day.